What's going on? Marina Simone here. I am trying to multitask and it's not working. What's going on, everybody? Marina Simone here, waiting for our gal to jump on. I'm hoping I'm in the group. Am I in the group? Hopefully I'm in the group. Yasmin, there you are. What's up, girl? Let's see. Yay, it worked! I was like, this better work. I'm trying to go live on Instagram at the same time, but I'm not sure if that's going to work, so we're just not going to do that. What's going on, mama? All right, so let's get this potty. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. Let's do this. Are we ready to crush this? What's up, Aaron? What's up, Era? Lindsay in the house. Let me just give some shout outs because I'm so excited. Randy, thanks for the share. Yeah, guys, you can actually share this. I actually talked to Rob earlier and I was like, can we share this outside the group and people can see it? Because usually in Facebook groups, you can't see it if it's shared, and you actually can. So just drop a shared if you do share this in the comments. So this way Yasmin can come back and say thank you later on. We're not going to give you full name shout outs though when you do it, because I really want you guys to get this information. When I tell you that I have generated 100 new leads just from the little tidbits that she's been giving me for the past like 2 to 3 weeks, you guys, I'm not even joking. I was like, well, I'm having so much fun with this and the stories and the little hashtag things you've been sharing with me. So let me give you a proper introduction. But first and foremost, I want to know what you guys had for breakfast. What? Why does she want to know what I had for breakfast? Because I just want to know. I will let you guys know that my breakfast did not happen until literally 11:30, 12, because I meal prepped today. But when I did have breakfast, it was rice and broccoli. That was my breakfast. So drop below what you had for breakfast so we can all get a cute little shout. You know, we could see what you had and put in your tummy. I want to know. I know that's super weird, but I do. So you guys know I'm crazy over here. So without further ado, can you really build your network marketing business or gain leads from Instagram? And I know this is like a big topic because we all use so much Facebook groups, Facebook posts, Facebook lives, but there are a lot of options that are on Instagram, right, Yasmin? And I feel like it's not being utilized correctly for network marketers. So I want to give you guys a little background story. I met Yasmin back, I think it was 2014, yeah? 2014. And she had a full-time job at the time. And I remember you were multitasking. You were building a massive empire and you were running, like, you have your MBA, you were running like a whole division. You were running, like, you were a manager of like all of this sales force, right? Am I correct with this? Like this huge team?
I was managing a department. It wasn't a sales team, but you're very close.
I was close. Basically, I don't know how she was multitasking the way she was, and she still made it happen. And this was without Instagram. So just adding that in was amazing. But she is an amazing leader, has a massive team, multiple six-figure earner. She also is a mom, and she's a wife, and she lives in the beautiful Hawaii. So drop an aloha in the comments for her. And Yasmin, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule because you're a mom, you're running a business, an empire, your brand, and all this stuff. So I'm grateful for you being here. And why don't you tell everybody a little bit about you?
Yeah, so I'm really, really excited to be here. I'm so pumped to be in this group. I'm a huge fan of Rob Sperry and this group and all the admins and moderators, all amazing leaders. And of course, I love you, Marina. So yeah, a little bit about me. You know, I am first generation here. So my parents are actually Indian. They came from India. So first generation, you know, they came here for the typical, you know, better opportunity, better life for them, for us. And I also had the very typical Asian Indian parents that were like, go to school, education, like that's all that they were about. So that's what I did. I went to school, got good grades, I went to college. And then right after college, I got into corporate America in the healthcare industry. And I was just moving up the corporate ladder. I was always looking to progress. Like I was never happy just staying in one place and always looking like, okay, what else can I add to my resume? Always looking to add certifications. I got my MBA, very involved in the community. And that I did that for about 10 years when I finally was open to network marketing. And I have to say, for those 10 years prior, I was the biggest hater of network marketing. Like, the biggest hater. People would invite me to their home parties and I was like, absolutely not. Like, I don't do those things. I don't go to them. So weird. Even, you know, my friends, like, I would not go to their home parties. And I think it was two things that really happened for me that I was finally open to network marketing and ready to take a look at the opportunity. And the first thing was I had reached a place in my career where I was very unfulfilled and not happy with what I was doing. I reached a place in my company that I was with where I couldn't go anywhere else. I couldn't grow. There was nowhere to go. So I knew that I was going to have to make a career move. I was going to have to leave the company. And so I was looking, and honestly, I thought the next career move was going to be going to law school. Like, that was going to be my next step. And I actually,
OMG, I did not know that.
I know. Well, I actually just shared this about a year ago on stage that I chose network marketing over going to law school, and I'm so happy I did that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was one thing. Like, I was, you know, stagnant in where I was in my career. And then the other thing was I met people like you, Marina, and several other people in the company that I was looking at, and I was really impressed by the fact that you all had come from corporate America, had successful jobs in corporate America. So I could really relate to that. And then I saw you guys having success in network marketing. And so something kind of clicked for me, and I was like, if they're doing that and they're having success, there's got to be something to this. Mm-hmm. So that's when I dove in. And you were one of my first, you know, mentors in the network marketing space. And I really I went all in. You know, I didn't know anything different though. You know, I was just doing, like, I was like, oh, this is what you have to do. You have to do this to make it work. And I had success right away, although I didn't even realize that I was having success because, again, I hadn't done network marketing before, so I didn't know anything different. Mm-hmm. And then it was about 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years into it, I was able to resign from my corporate job. I started doing network marketing full time, and I just fell in love with network marketing because I realized that the power of residual income and leverage income that I would never get from my corporate job. And fast forward, I met my husband through network marketing.
I mean, can we all just drop a ring in the comments below that she met the honey bunch, like her honey bunches of oats and her husband in network marketing. Get cute. Okay. Get cute.
Yeah. So it's obviously been amazing for my life. You know, I'm a totally different person than I was 4 years ago. It's been almost 4 years. And yeah, I'm building my business and I'm loving it. And actually becoming a mom, network marketing is taking on a whole new meaning for me too, because, you know, a lot of people don't get to experience being at home during their pregnancy. I mean, I was literally, both me and my husband were at home, and we were both able to be like present with my pregnancy, and he could come with me to all my appointments. And I was sick for the first 6 months, and there's no way I could have not gone to work. You know, so, and then maternity leave, I didn't have to worry about, you know, when am I going to go back to my job or any of that stuff. So it really opened my eyes again, like the power of network marketing, and really what it can do for people.
Yeah. Oh, I love that story. Every time I hear you tell your story, I get super excited. It's like super exciting. All right. Oh no, you're buffering a little. I don't know if it's me or if it's you. You're buffering. It stopped.
Is it better?
Yeah, I think so. Guys, let me know if it's buffering for you. I'll pay attention to the comments. You keep talking and I'll interrupt you if it buffers bad. So what is it about Instagram that really caught your attention, that made you like say, I love Instagram, I see potential here? Like, what was it about Instagram for you?
Okay, so what I really love about Instagram, I mean, obviously Facebook's amazing and it's a great platform to build your business online, and the power of what that can do is awesome. But what I really love about Instagram that's super cool is that you literally can be connected to anyone all over the world through a hashtag. So with Facebook, you can get connected to all kinds of people too, but it's usually some kind of connection. So it's somebody shared your post, somebody shared your video, maybe you have a mutual friend in common. So Instagram really connects people that don't know each other at all, but they found each other through a hashtag, which is pretty amazing.
That's crazy. So we're gonna get into that. So can we I know this is not on here, but let's expand a little bit. Do we get into the hashtags? We do. Okay, so let's talk about this really quickly though. A lot of people that are on here probably do not understand how to use hashtags, right? Like, so I know for me, it's like I see sometimes on Instagram, there's all these hashtags. And then I'm like, okay, so maybe I'm posting a picture of my daughter and I'll hashtag daughter, right? Like, do I have to get deeper into that hashtag? Like, if I want to reach a certain audience, isn't that where the hashtags kind of come in? I know that was all over the place, but you understand my brain. You know what I'm trying to ask you, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm pulling up my notes here only because I could literally talk hours about Instagram and all the tips and tricks. Okay, so, and I have all my like highlighted points, but with Instagram, you know, a lot of people, their go-to with hashtags, it's let's do the most popular. So like Instapic or Instaday or entrepreneur or mompreneur, like the most popular, like basic ones, right, is what people go for.
Yeah.
And you can do that, but actually you get the most exposure when you do like the second best.
Oh.
So there's a lot of competition when you're doing, say the word entrepreneur, okay? Obviously a lot of people are going to use that hashtag. So the best thing to do, and you're fighting with everybody else that's using that hashtag for
right.
visibility. So the way to be seen and where you're actually going to get exposure and people to connect with you and start following you is by using second best. So for example, online entrepreneur instead of entrepreneur.
Oh.
Or women in business instead of just business.
So getting more specific too, a little bit more specific, but it's still a big enough hashtag where most people are searching it, hits a different audience. You're not competing with 2.4 million people that posted. Maybe you're competing with 500,000. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's actually a really good way to get first. We'll get into this a little bit later. There's a lot of supporting apps, but I don't know if you've ever noticed when you do a post and you start putting in a hashtag and it'll tell you like how many people have posted.
Yeah.
You don't want to go for that top one.
Okay.
You want to go for like the second or third one.
Oh, sorry. I'm taking notes. I'm like, I don't even know why I didn't have this. Okay, perfect. So
that's number one. There isn't a second component that I know you know about too, Marina, with hashtags. That is not exceeding 20 hashtags on a post.
What happens
and even
if
taking,
you do?
Well, it's the same thing with the whole exposure thing, right? So it's like you're competing with, now Instagram has an algorithm too, which it hasn't always had. So now you're competing in that algorithm. So you want to keep it to 20, and taking it a step further, you actually want to put it in with your post. I know a lot of people, and it's always been the thing, is you do your post and then the second you're going to go and comment on your post and put the hashtags in.
But that's not the way. You actually want to put the hashtags in your post.
In your post.
In post. So
again, for visibility.
And for visibility. Okay, so Instagram, what makes it different? Like obviously it's kind of the same with Facebook as it's a social media platform. So you still need to connect. So tell me a little bit about, because here on my notes, right? You say it's no different than any other social media platform. What do you mean by Instagram is not different than another platform?
Okay, so I think you're like the Facebook expert. You're the Facebook queen. And you preach this all the time, where it's really no different with Instagram. Is, you know, you don't want to be an infomercial when it comes to, you know, your product or your business or what you have to offer. Instagram is definitely a little more forgiving with that, because there are a lot of people that go on there because they're looking for something. So I don't know about you, Marina, but I go to ads all the time where I'm looking at products that I'm interested in because I see a cool video of like skincare or something. I'm like, oh, I want to buy that or that shirt. So
Click.
there's definitely, exactly. So there's definitely, it's more forgiving in that way. And there's a lot more conversions because that's what people are going to look for. But it's the same as in the whole attraction marketing, where you want to attract people to you and to start following you. Also, what's very similar is doing 1 to 3 posts a day, a minimum of 1 post a day, especially if you're increasing your following. So that all is, you know, the same rules apply when it comes to your business and what you're putting out there for attraction marketing.
Now, this isn't on here, but here's my question, right? So if you want to post a video on Instagram, you have what, like 60-second little videos, right? What would you suggest? How many videos would you suggest that people should post in a weekly period? Like maybe how many to kind of catch more attention?
I do 1, but I think 1 to 3 is a great number. You know, you only have a minute, like you said, Marina. So if you're going to do these videos, so these aren't lives, these are actually recorded videos. So make sure that you're hitting really like key points and like to the point, so that, you know, you only have a minute. So you really got to get out your message in a minute, where again, every time you do a post and you hit the right hashtags and it's good value and content that you're putting out there. And that's the other thing, Marina, is making sure you're putting good value and content out there. You know, you want to make sure that it's getting the message across.
Yeah. I love this. I'm taking so many notes. My Instagram's going to get a whole new makeover tomorrow. Okay. So how can you be seen, right? So it's a little bit different. First of all, we didn't even go over this. Private or public on Instagram?
Public. Because if you want to increase your following, you got to be public so people can just start following you immediately.
Because then the hashtags don't make sense if you're not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
James,
you got if you want people to find you through hashtags, you got to have a public profile.
Perfect.
And I know, I mean, the ultimate goal is to have over 10,000 like you, Marina.
What? Tell them why. What is so cool about having 10,000 plus followers?
Okay, so what's really cool is that you actually, in your stories, and we're going to get into stories too, because that's a whole nother conversation, but in your Facebook stories, you get a swipe option. So you have to have a business account and 10,000 followers, and then you can have a swipe option that can take them anywhere, whatever you want it to take them to, a link to a YouTube video, to a website, to a product you're promoting, whatever it is. I mean, you get that swipe option, which is pretty awesome.
That's so cool. How many of you have seen that swipe up option? Put swipe up in the comments if you know what we're talking about. If you don't know, it's all good. You're going to learn. We've got your back. Okay. So tell me some nuggets. I know we kind of went over it, but there are some things that I'm seeing right here. How to be seen on Instagram. Like, what are those like top nuggets that they need to understand of how to get eyeballs on them?
Yeah. Okay. So definitely creating good value and content and a reason for somebody to follow you. So that's number 1. But what I love about Instagram is you get to be really creative, right? So like with your videos, your posts, and a lot of people go to Instagram for that creative space. So when they look at your profile, like the first 9 posts, so that's what they call the grid. People, that's what they look at first to see if you're even like worthy of following. Like, are they even going to hit the follow button based on your first 9 posts? So being creative, you know, making it look like a visual magazine is how I've heard it been described before, is a visual magazine. Like, you know, I would say don't get too stressed out on like making it look beautiful or whatever, but it is your chance to use your creativity if you're a creative person. I love it for that reason. And then also, you know, making sure that your profile is like your virtual business card, like it would be with your Facebook profile, is, you know, is it clear to people like what you do, what you're about, all of that stuff. Hashtags we went over. Okay, so making sure you mix up who you are, the different sides of you. Like you're not only, you know, Marina Simone, you know, branding expert, Facebook expert, network marketing leader, but show them, you know, your mom's side, your wife's side, your fun side, that you can cook, all that stuff. So you want to mix all of that stuff in there too.
So they can fall in love with you and want to hit that follow button and want to come to your page, right? And want to wake up and watch your stories, which we're going to get into now. Stories is where it's at. Why? Instagram stories. Tell me why.
Facebook stories, or Instagram stories and Facebook stories, but Instagram stories is really like where it's at. And I think that's like the hot feature on Instagram and really what people are looking at. Yeah. And actually, you know, people are viewing stories more than they're looking at posts. So if you're not using stories, I highly, highly recommend it. You know, if you ever use Snapchat or if you've had Snapchat, it's very similar. You know, I think people are so drawn to the stories is because they're fun, first of all. And two, it's a way for somebody to follow you throughout your day. So they really get to know you as a person and they get to see your different sides. And I would say, show them your different sides, just like you would with a Facebook post. Show them, you know, that you love to work out and that you love to go to the beach and the, you know, beautiful beaches on the island that you live, and, you know, being a mom and all that stuff, and your business side too. So it's fun. People want to follow you throughout the day and see what your life is like.
Yeah. And Christina just said, linking your IG stories to your Facebook stories, win-win.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you know, Facebook stories is relatively new. I would say it doesn't have as much functionality as Instagram stories does, but I do believe it's going to catch up.
Yeah.
But yes, you can link them. You can link them. So whatever you post on Instagram will automatically post to your Facebook stories, which is a pretty cool feature.
Yeah. You guys can just use the Google to figure that guy out if you need to, but it's super simple in the settings, and it just says post to Facebook. It literally will do it for you, which is pretty awesome. If you have a business Facebook account, FYI though, and a business Instagram, it will post from your business Instagram to your business Facebook stories. So just an FYI, I found that out the hard way. So
yeah.
Tell me about, so you're saying great place to start for video, watch stories and scroll through the feed. Tell a story within the stories. Expand that, because you know, I have a friend of mine who is literally like, I could sit and watch Instagram stories all day. Like it literally, I catch myself sometimes. I have to like stop gaining miles on my thumb with the Instagram stories. But we want somebody not to swipe past us. We don't want someone to skip us. We want to capture their attention. So telling a story within the story, expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I think is like the biggest what's the word? The coolest thing that you can do it with, right? Because in network marketing, we always talk about telling stories. Tell your product story, tell your business story, and you can easily do that through a series of stories. So, you know, if a product impacted you and helped you in a certain way, you can explain that. I love doing the video feature, which is really great for people that are terrified of Facebook Live, because, you know, I know a lot of people that are terrified of Facebook Live, but they can do quick little 15-second clips on their stories and get comfortable with being in front of the camera and work their way up to doing a Facebook Live. But you can tell your story, you can tell your business story. They have so many features within the stories, which is another, you know, we can get into that on how you can increase your following with the stories as well. But you can use, you know, they have the GIFs now, they have emojis. You can make it fun and entertaining so people really get entertained, and they can follow your story along with 3 or 4 or 5 clips.
I was just doing an Instagram story. Something that I do, and I got to tell you guys, and this is, I don't know, Yasmin, you might do the same thing, but with my Instagram stories, if I don't have time to make it pretty, I will actually wait. I will, instead of posting the story right away, I'll save it. And then I'll go back later to upload it so I can actually make it pretty with the features. And I actually caught on to what you were doing when I was watching you, and I messaged you and I was like, Boo Boo, how do I make mine look pretty? Right? Because I don't want to just post an image. I want to capture their attention, because if we're just posting a photo, it's like, right? So tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so like if I'm just having like a mom moment and I want to just take a picture of me, of Kala taking a bath, I'll do that. But I would like to be a little bit more strategic when I'm telling a story about my business or product, or if I'm putting out content and value. And so if I'm going to do that, I'm definitely more strategic about that. I'm not going to just post something really quick unless I have something that I need to really get off my mind right away. But yeah, I mean, you can, again, use the GIFs. There are so many different apps you can use to help you create beautiful images. And that's with your regular post too. There's a lot of supporting Instagram apps that you can go Google too, as well as with your stories. So I use that. Now, another really cool feature, Marina, is the hashtags.
Oh yeah, in the stories. You told me about. Yes. What? This is money. Draw me a money sign right now, because this is money. Money, what she's about to teach you right now. Listen up. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is what's really increased, you know, my reach and my followers as well, is using the sticker hashtag that Instagram Stories has. And again, not using the most competitive hashtag. You want to use like second best. There's apps for that too to help you figure that out. And you can actually, I always use a sticker, but you can also actually do up to 11 hashtags in a story. And if you are really about the design and it not messing up your the prettiness and the aesthetic look, you can hide them. Do you want to know how to hide them?
Yeah. How do I hide them? Because like you told me and I still can't figure it out. Go, tell me. How do I hide them?
Okay, so the way that you
making them white, so I'm putting them on the bottom.
So the way that you hide your 11 hashtags, if you want all 11 on there, is you actually can drag them off to the side till they disappear, or you can pinch them together till they disappear.
Nice. Now, when you
they're
say
still
11,
connected to your story.
Now, do I have to do the text for the hashtags and do 11 separate hashtags, or you could do it all in the sticker?
No, you can only do one in the sticker, but you always want to use at least one with the sticker, because again, it gets you more. Anytime you use an Instagram feature, you automatically get more exposure. So you're going to definitely use a one, and then the 10 other, you can just type them in. So yeah, and then you just move them, make them go off to the side, or pinch them together, and they're still connected to your story. And my views just in my story increased by 50, 100 views just from the hashtags. And the other feature that I highly recommend that increases your views is the location sticker. Now, you're not going to do that ever, like all day long. I'm in Oahu or I'm in Florida, but if you do that like once a week, twice a week, you're going to see a dramatic increase in your views as well.
That's so freaking amazing. How stinking cool is that? Can't wait to go do all this stuff when we're done. Okay. So
there is one more feature I want to talk about with the stories too. Tell me. Because you want to, and you use this pretty good too, Marina, is the polls where you can ask people questions, because that's increasing engagement with people, which can lead to conversations with people that can lead to anywhere in your business with people and your brand. So I like to do that like every other day, you know, at least once a week, where I'm creating that engagement with my viewers in my story.
No, it's so true. I did one, I think it was today, where people, you know, tell me all the time I look like Angelina Jolie. Do you think I do or do you think I don't? And I had 90 or 84% or something that said I did. And then I went to the people that said no, and I asked them who they thought I looked like, and then we had conversations, and those turned into conversations, and then I filtered them over to my Facebook page. So, and then I, you know, did my due. But
there you
my
go.
point is,
there you
conversations
go.
are so much fun. And I feel like too, don't you feel like it's easier to have conversations off the stories than it is to just like send a random DM or hit me on the DM? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, yeah, for sure. It is so much more easier to have conversations with people.
Yeah. So if you're a newbie and you're on this, like if you've been in network marketing for less than a year, drop newbie in the comments or just put less than a year. And I want you to understand something. The stories are a great way for you to start conversations, because you can just give a compliment off the story, right? Off the story, and just start connecting that way and keep the conversation going. So that's a great tip.
Same thing with, you know, with the Facebook Messenger, you see all the stories that you loaded over from Instagram. And it's a great way to just start having conversations with people by, you know, commenting on their story.
Oh my goodness. This is like money right here. Like this is just a money training. Is there anything else about Instagram that you feel like they should know going in? Any special other things that they should know going in? How to treat it, how to work it, how, you know, anything else that you can give them to help them get started and not be afraid, you know, to mess up?
Yeah, I mean, there's two things. And the first one is definitely, you like, if you just Google or go into the App Store and look at supporting Facebook or Instagram apps, because I use a lot of supporting, like you can actually schedule your posts too, which is really great. And it can tell you to, yes, that's actually a cool feature, because it also suggests hashtags to use and not using the competitive ones. And it gives you like, you know, second best, third best. It also tells you times that are best to post, where you're going to get the most engagement based on your audience. It's really, I mean, there's some really smart apps out there. Some of them are free, some of them you have to pay for. And then the other thing is being consistent, you know, just like you are in your business, just like you are in your other social media platforms, is you really have to be consistent to gain traction. And, you know, doing all the engagement that you would on Facebook, it's the same rules apply when it comes to that. It's being consistent. You can't expect to post one time and gain, you know, 300 followers just from one post. You can't expect a ton of conversations just by posting one day a week. So being consistent with your social media.
I love it. I love it. Well, you guys, listen, you all need to take some notes from Miss Yasmin here when it comes to Instagram stories, because, you know, I'd be stalking and I'd be copying. I'm just keeping it real because I want my Instagram to get lots bigger, right? It doesn't matter. And I want to just put this out there real quick. It doesn't matter the number of followers as much as it does the number of conversations that you're having. And that's going to go for any social media platform. Facebook, you can have 5,000 friends maxed out and have no engagement. Instagram, you can have 11,000 followers and get no engagement. So it's creating a culture around you, your brand, your tribe. Show the people that are paying attention to you love, and be really truly interested in them, especially on Instagram with the stories and all that jazz. And you never know where that relationship can take you.
Exactly.
Just had to throw that in there. Well, Yasmin, you're amazing. I'm so grateful for you. I can tell you I got some serious nuggets. I can already tell that they have. Show Yasmin some love by giving her some hearts and saying thank you so much for taking the time out of her busy schedule to share her Instagram secrets that you didn't even have to pay for. You got it for free. Thanks to this amazing group. So Yasmin, we love you. We're grateful. Give my nephew a little kissy kiss from me. And I will talk to you guys soon.
Okay, aloha. Bye, everyone. Bye, Marina.
Bye.